Hello campers, welcome back to another episode of Campground Reviews. Today we're visiting Athenree Hot Springs and Holiday Park in the Northern Bay of Plenty. Let's get to it. Jogging shoes on, it's speed walking time. Starting and ending at the X, we'll make our way around the campground. First up, we notice the gravelled laneway. Most powered sites are serviced by this, but not all, and the tent sites are accessed across grass. Much of the grounds do have a wind sheltering belt of trees. Because of this, it is possible to find a site with some tree shade. We saw no real puddle evidence on the sites, and the laneways appeared to be well serviced with stormwater drainage. The sites appeared to have a relatively flat topography, were well mown, and there were clear site boundaries, which is good as no one wants to be dealing with a turf war when on holiday. Saves me from having to put up my electrified boundary fence. Keep away, you shortcutters. Go around. Potable water sources are easy to find, and powered sites are well serviced with power at the boundary of each. When it comes to laneways, having a lane on both sides of the site is the only way to score the full 3 points. We call this a drive-through site, and we can see one here. These really help if you're not too steady on your wheels. Talking Wi-Fi now, and the coverage was strong all over the campground. Download speed was good at 9 megabytes per second. It was unlimited and, best of all, free. Cellular speed was excellent at over 40 megabytes per second on our speed test. Cabins are available to let if you're too posh for a tent. Shame on you, and were dotted around the park, giving each its own character and outlook. Plenty of recycling and rubbish bins were available, with a good range of recycling options. Some sites were over 50 metres from the bins though. Skirting back around in front of the main ablution blocks again, we'll head to the entrance car park and pool area. It wouldn't be too hard for 3 or more cars and caravans to park near the entrance, and although there is no barrier gate in place, there is CCTV, and the park generally has a safe and secure feel to it. Amenities are accessed via a clean and dry paved walkway. Roadways were well lit at night, but the amount of lighting into my tent was low enough for me at Betty Bye time. Nice. I'm meaner than usual with what goes into the algorithm if I don't get a good sleep. My site's length was average at 9 metres, but cut off short at only 5 metres wide. I was on one of the smaller sites, and remember, I can only go by the site I'm allocated, so this is what the scoring is based on. It's bad enough having to venture into the bathrooms with a camera, let alone being a weirdo measuring up other people's sites. The things I do for you, my lovely audience. Feeling surrounded by water at Athenree Hot Springs and Holiday Park means you feel like there are both scenic and dynamic views all around. Intimate hedging and tree cover give a feeling of privacy for your site should you desire this, and the park is not overlooked by residential housing, another plus. The reception office has a shop for the essential groceries, and there is more shopping a few minutes away by car. And last mention for our walkabout is, there are both grassed and hard sites available. Phew, time for a cuppa and a lie down, I reckon. Time to rate the campground access, setup and security, the character of the sites and the internet access. Athenree Hot Springs and Holiday Park has plenty of green light goodies here for would-be campers, with reasonable pricing but gravelled or paved access to most but not all sites. There is a small walk to the bins from some corners of the park. But hey, good exercise, right? More green goodies in the campground department. If my site was a little bigger, the overall feel, which is a subjective judgment, could be a little higher. It was so close to a 3-star there. The early groundskeeping noise was from the pool cleaning activity. The pool is completely drained, cleaned and refilled overnight, which is a good thing. Who wants a dip in people's soup after all? But it does mean there is activity in the early morning around the site. Although the hedging around some sites does give a reasonable sense of privacy, there are no truly private sites. That site width of 5 metres was a little on the small side. But to be fair, I was offered a good explanation. There was a strong wind forecast and the manager was only looking out for me by putting me in a sheltered space as I had a tent. It is what it is though, and 5 metres was what I was given. Don't let this put you off though. You saw that there are much larger sites available and I'm sure I could have asked for something bigger. But them's the rules. Don't worry, the good karma will be paid back in the customer service section later on. Site security affords Athenree Hot Springs and Holiday Park another bunch of 3-star outputs from the algorithm. The internet service available was excellent when I visited, earning 100% from me here. This leaves us with a score 78% for access, campground, sites and security scores, and a merit score for internet at 100%. Time for a movement to the ablution block. How I love hanging around in the bathrooms with a camera. The ablution block was odour-free and there were bins for both the wet bench wipes and for general rubbish. Lighting was good enough for safe undertaking of all ablution tasks. Music was piped into the bathroom, which is a welcome relief. All drain plugs were present and correct, and the benches had plenty of space for toiletries. Good thing their bench wiping cloths are provided, useful when following the messy campers who have obviously been here before me. The mirror to hand basin ratio was not quite 1:1, which means a point missed here. Similarly for the AC outlets, not quite 1 per basin. Again, we find the air dryers as the hand drying solution of choice, not quite full marks for this outcome. Plentiful paper supplies to be found in the toilet stalls, despite yet another confetti party being thrown in this one. No one invites me to these things. And standing to attention like a soldier resolute, ready to deploy at a moment's notice the toilet brush. Top marks for the dual flush option. Love taking the gamble that the low flow will do the job. Gotta have fun wherever you can, I say. Toilet and hand basins. How'd they stack up? 3 stars for the most part here. No flashy ensuite style dunny at Athenree Hot Springs and Holiday Park, nor a dedicated accessible bathroom that I discovered, but clean and well maintained all the same. Even better here for hand basins and toilets. Everything you'd expect and more. Time to clean your act up, campers. Off to the showers. Curtains and non-slip floors score some good points in the algorithm, but not being able to control the water flow loses one. Water pressure and water temperature score mid-range points, with the hot water temp coming in at 54.3 degrees Celsius. There were plenty of showers per the number of campsites, scoring good points there with little chance of having to wait your turn. No charge and no time limits, clock the score up even more. I found the showers free of drafts, but also free of handrails, so a mixed bag there. Both overall cubicle size and shower tray size were on the small side. Cubicle length was good at 2 metres, but being only 91 centimetres wide throughout brought the score down. Cosy. Finding plenty of shower hooks, a basic but serviceable shelf in the shower, and somewhere to keep my shoes dry helped make up for the minimalist shower size. Closed drains, a basic but functional shower seat and duckboard floor mats all bring in the points bacon to round us off in the shower. I'm about to score in the shower department. All green in the cubicle fittings and fixtures, just that narrow width, letting the team down just a little. Onto the shower interior, and as you can see, there are a few things missing. Nothing too drastic though, so all in all, a good score here. Examining the waterworks now, and we can see a mixed bag in the scoring. Nice to be able to control the water flow, but oh well, you can't have everything. Ultimately, the ablutions coming in at 84 and the showers at 74% means a relatively good time for all in the showers. Fun laundry fact. Prior to the 1800s, in the Western world, laundry was washed in ashes and urine after wearing them for a week straight. Gross. Laundry detergent wasn't created until 1916. Let's see if this laundry is ahead of those times. Laundry tub, check. Thank goodness there's laundry powder at reception, check. Total number of washing machines per number of campsites is a little low, and the price, although good, is nothing to write home about. Number of dryers is also on the low side, and there's no surface in here for folding anything on. However, I did find a broom to take care of my sandy tent, and the reasonably clean iron and ironing board add some points too. Plenty of room on the clothesline should you want to avoid the dryer fees though. What points came out in the wash? Laundry looks clean and green today. The number of machines available is perhaps a little on the low side, but not having anywhere to fold the laundry is not really anything to worry about. The aesthetics of the laundry shed were not the most impressive we've seen, but it's not like you're going to be hanging about in there anyway, is it? Time for a quick message from our legal department. Our statistics are based on the site I was assigned during my stay and the observations I was able to make at that time. The views shared in this video are my opinion, and although I like to think that my opinion is fact, I know in reality it's not. Your experience may differ. Please leave a comment if it did. I look forward to reading the comments section and finding out about where we agree and where we disagree. Want to find out what's hot and what's not in the kitchen today? There are 2 bathroom blocks and 2 kitchens at Athenree Hot Springs and Holiday Park. This is the kitchen from the smaller of the 2. Plenty of spare AC outlets are available, but no dedicated USB outlets, so bring your chargers. Dishwashing liquid and dish racks are supplied, which is great, so easy to forget dish detergent. Over to the larger kitchen now, a much larger space here with a reasonable amount of fridge and freezer space. I like the glass doors on the fridge and freezer. It's like window shopping. There is a small table and chairs in the kitchen for dining away from the elements, with a much larger covered space outside as well. There are a generous number of sinks, complete with dish racks, scrubbing brushes and washing up liquid. I do like having the choice of a kettle and instant hot water and the lovely clean stainless preparation bench island. Further hunting revealed a handsome supply of utensils, pots and pans, always a welcome addition for those who travel light. An excellent ratio of stovetops per campsites. Not sure about the newspaper next to the gas elements though. Good thing the kitchen is well equipped with fire extinguishers. Not so many microwaves in the count though. However, the kitchen is spacious, well equipped, and most importantly, clean. Outside, I found the barbecue area, which is well stocked with barbecues and all tools for those part-time dad cooks could ever want to help them ruin a perfectly good sausage or 2. The barbies are free for guests to use, and there is Athenree a pizza oven available for the brave. Plenty of room out here for a little mealtime gathering with some noise shielding for the rest of the campsite. A nice touch. Let's reduce everything we've seen down to a palatable score. Yummy score sauce! And tasty sauce, it is here for the kitchen at Athenree Hot Springs and Holiday Park. Everything you could require for feeding hungry campers can be found in these kitchens. Well done. And again, a clean sheet on page 2, with the only minor point reduction being for a lack of USB outlets, unless I missed them, of course. So a great score of 94% for the kitchens and a good score of 78% for the laundry. Other facilities, playground, TV room, you know, the outside stuff. The TV room can be conveniently found snuggled between the kitchen and the laundry. Furnished with a large television, comfy chairs and bean bags, complete with a copy of that literary giant, Mutt Dog, supplied for your reading pleasure. While there is no playground on site, there is a large grassy domain and playground just outside the gate across the quiet cul-de-sac with great views over the calm estuary. I have added this to the algorithm as it is immediately adjacent the park and easily accessible after some very heated debate with our points awarding department. You choose whether you think this should be allowed or not, and let me know in the comments if you disagree. With the domain and playground included in the facilities scores, Athenree Hot Springs and Holiday Park has a good range of basic facilities. Listen, we need to talk. If you are enjoying this video, please tap the like button, and if you'd like to see us reviewing more campgrounds, just like this one, tap subscribe while you're there. This really helps us to make more videos like this, and it helps other people just like you to find us as well. We appreciate it. No time to waste. Onto the waste dump stations. Athenree Hot Springs and Holiday Park has only the one wastewater dump station. While it is well appointed, being the only one for over 100 campsites, there might be delays at checkout time. It's never a waste doing the scores. It's all been said, really. What can I say? Lovely dump station, Athenree Hot Springs and Holiday Park. Would visit it again? Service, please. I found the staff cordial, helpful and friendly. There was information for visitors on notice boards all over the park, as well as at the reception area. Nice to see responses to Google reviews as well. Bonus time. I love bonuses. 2 pages of bonuses here for Athenree Hot Springs and Holiday Park. I'll get some music on while you have a quick read and take them all in. Tunes, DJ. Trumpets, please. It's time for the final scores. Is this our first 100% score for internet? I think it might be. Everything else in the mid-70s or higher, all very good. Bang for buck factor time now. Remember, the higher the bang for buck factor, the better the value. We expected a lower BBF for peak price, as this is a very popular park. If you can stand the wait for the shoulder and off seasons though, the bang for buck factor becomes very good at 1.51, meaning you will be getting a lot of goodness for your dollar here. A score of 475 out of 439 means there are a lot of standard features pushing up the points value. And then the bonus points, which are like icing on the cake, can push the score above the total number of points available. This is corrected when the overall percentage is applied. And a score of 95% is outstanding, our highest ranker yet. Well done, Athenree Hot Springs and Holiday Park. You're heading for the top of the leaderboard. And here we see the results of Athenree Hot Springs and Holiday Park sitting pretty at the top of the current leaderboard. They've really hunkered down and gotten on with providing a great place to holiday. A low BFB for peak times, as discussed earlier, is a natural reaction to supply and demand for the peak months around Christmas and early New Year. But beyond that time, we see the off-peak bang for buck factor actually rising to be the best value campground so far. Well done if you got those 2 YouTube camping video references there. They were thrown in for the true hardcore. You know who you are. Anywho, enough chatting. I've got campgrounds to visit and algorithms to break. I'm out of here. Roll the outro, DJ.